But the night isn't just about survival. It's about style and luxury, too. Step inside, and you're greeted by a bespoke interior that lets you customize nearly every detail. Choose from 5 Napa leather seat patterns, opt for a 4 or 5-seater layout, and add premium materials like Alcantara or carbon fiber trim. Despite the military-grade upgrades, the cabin retains the plush, high-end feel of a Lamborghini, though you'll still notice the Urus's quirky 2-screen infotainment and climate setup, borrowed from its Audi parent company. It's a strange blend of rugged and refined, like sipping a $500 bottle of wine while wearing tactical gear. The exterior is just as striking, with sharp, angular panels that give it a stealth fighter vibe. The matte gray paint, slim LED headlights, and massive fender flares scream aggression, while the roof-mounted light bar and pod lamps on the hood add a Mad Max-worthy edge. This is a vehicle that doesn't blend in. It demands attention whether you're pulling up to a red carpet or, ramming through a roadblock. So, how did Rezvani take a Lamborghini Urus and turn it into this armored masterpiece? Starts with the donor vehicle. To own a Knight, you need to provide a 2019 or newer Urus, or have Rezvani source one for you, which isn't cheap. The base conversion starts at $149,000, but that's just the beginning. Add the Dark Knight military package and other bespoke options, and you're easily looking at a price tag north of $500,000, especially when you factor in the Urus's starting price of around $230,000. For context, that's in the same ballpark as a Bentley Bentayga Mulliner, but while Bentley leans into opulence and tradition, the Knight is in a league of its own, a hyper-luxury tactical SUV built for those who want to feel untouchable. Rezvani's process involves stripping the Urus down and rebuilding it with carbon fiber bodywork, reinforced bumpers, and all the high-tech defenses we've mentioned. It's a labor-intensive process, which is why only 100 Knights will ever be made. Each one is a custom creation, tailored to the buyer's exact specifications, from the engine tune to the interior stitching. Who is this car for? That's the million-dollar question, or, in this case, the $500,000 question. Rezvani's target audience isn't your average SUV buyer. This isn't for soccer moms or daily commuters. The Knight is for the elite. VIPs, celebrities, executives, or maybe just doomsday preppers with a taste for luxury. It's for people who want the performance of a supercar, the security of a tank, and the swagger of a superhero. Think of it as the ultimate status symbol for those who live life on the edge, whether they're dodging paparazzi or, in their wildest fantasies, outrunning a supervillain. Rezvani's own marketing calls it a vehicle for those who demand safety without sacrificing style or performance, and that sums it up perfectly. It's not practical in the traditional sense, but practicality isn't the point. The Knight is about presence, power, and the ability to go anywhere, survive anything, and look damn good doing it. Let's take a step back and look at Rezvani's history to understand how they got here. Founded in 2013, Rezvani Motors started with the Beast, a lightweight 700-horsepower sports car that was more track monster than daily driver. It was a bold debut, catching the attention of celebrities like Chris Brown and Enrique Iglesias, who used Rezvani vehicles in music videos. From there, Rezvani expanded into SUVs, creating the Tank in 2017. A Jeep Wrangler-based off-roader with optional ballistic armor and a 6.4-liter V8. Then came the Vengeance, a Cadillac Escalade turned into an armored fortress, and the Hercules 6x6, a beastly pickup based on the Jeep Gladiator with up to 1,300 horsepower. Each vehicle pushed the envelope further, blending military-inspired tech with high-performance engineering. The Knight is the culmination of that vision, taking a high-end platform like the Urus and transforming it into something even more extreme. Rezvani's philosophy is clear. They don't build vehicles for the masses. They build for the bold, the daring, and the downright audacious. Now let's dive into the tech that makes the Knight so special. The Dark Knight military package is like a checklist for surviving a Hollywood action movie. The bulletproof glass and body armor are designed to stop high-caliber rounds, making the Knight one of the most secure civilian vehicles on the market, short of, say, the president's limo. The underside explosive protection is a nod to military-grade engineering, shielding the vehicle from blasts that could cripple lesser cars. The run-flat tires are a game-changer, allowing you to keep driving even after they've been shot out or punctured. Then there's the thermal night vision system, which uses infrared technology to detect heat signatures, letting you see through darkness, fog, or smoke. It's the kind of tech you'd expect in a Black Hawk helicopter, not an SUV. The smokescreen system is another standout feature, releasing a dense cloud at the push of a button to obscure your escape. And those electrified door handles. They deliver a non-lethal shock to deter intruders, while the magnetic deadbolts ensure no one's getting in without your permission. The pepper spray dispensers are mounted externally, ready to deploy a cloud of irritant to fend off threats. Add in the strobe lights, sirens, and blinding lights, and you've got a vehicle that's as much about defense as it is about intimidation. But let's not forget the performance. That 800 horsepower V8 isn't just for show. Rezvani's engineers have tweaked the Urus's twin-turbo engine to deliver explosive power, with a 0 to 60 time that matches or beats some of the fastest sports cars on the market. The all-wheel drive system ensures that power is distributed efficiently, whether you're tearing up asphalt or tackling off-road trails. The reinforced suspension is designed to handle the extra weight of the armor without compromising ride quality, though let's be honest, it's probably not as cushy as a Rolls-Royce Cullinan. The Knight's 22-inch wheels and 33-inch all-terrain tires give it a commanding stance and the ability to go places no standard Urus would dare. Whether you're climbing rocky terrain or navigating a flooded street, this SUV is built to keep moving. Rezvani claims it's off-road capable, but with that kind of power and grip, it's probably more like off-road dominant. Of course, all this comes at a cost, both financially and practically. The base conversion price of $149,000 doesn't include the donor Urus, which starts at around $230,000. Add the Dark Knight military package, custom interior options, and other upgrades, and you're looking at a total cost that could easily top $500,000. Then there's the weight. Rezvani hasn't disclosed the Knight's final curb weight, but with all that armor, glass, and tactical gear, it's safe to assume it's significantly heavier than the standard Urus, which tips the scales at around 4,800 pounds. That extra heft could affect handling and fuel efficiency, though Rezvani insists the Knight retains supercar-like performance. And let's talk about fuel economy for a second. Or maybe let's not, because with 800 horsepower and a tank-like build, this isn't a vehicle for penny pinchers or eco-warriors. You're buying the Knight for its presence, not its MPG. So who's buying this thing? Rezvani's clientele includes celebrities like Jamie Foxx and Rampage Jackson, who own other models like the tank. The Knight's limited run of 100 units makes it a collector's item, appealing to those who want exclusivity as much as capability. It's for the ultra-wealthy who need, or just want, a vehicle that can handle high-threat scenarios while still turning heads at the valet stand. Think private security contractors, international CEOs, or maybe just enthusiasts with a Batman obsession and a very deep bank account. The Knight's appeal lies in its ability to make you feel invincible, whether you're dodging rush hour traffic or, in your wildest dreams, outrunning a horde of zombies. It's not subtle, and neither are its buyers. Rezvani's own website calls it a tactical urban vehicle, and that's a perfect description. It's built for the urban jungle, where style and security are equally important. Let's compare the Knight to its competition, or lack thereof. In the world of armored SUVs, there are few direct rivals. The Karlman King, another ultra-luxury armored SUV, comes close with its stealth fighter design and ballistic protection, but it's based on a Ford F-550 chassis and leans more toward opulence than performance. The Knight, by contrast, is a true supercar in SUV clothing, with a focus on speed and agility as well as security. Then there's the Inca Sentry Civilian, a Toyota Land Cruiser-based armored vehicle with similar ballistic protection but nowhere near the Knight's horsepower or style. Most other armored vehicles are either military-grade trucks or modified luxury SUVs like the Bentley Bentayga or Rolls-Royce Cullinan, but those lack the Knight's comic book swagger and tactical features. In short, the Knight occupies a niche all its own, a blend of supercar performance, military-grade protection, and Hollywood flair that's hard to match. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Is the Knight practical? For most people, the answer is a resounding no. If you're just looking for a luxury SUV, you'd be better off with a standard Urus, a Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT, or even a Ferrari Purosangue. Those offer blistering performance without the added weight or complexity of armor and tactical gear. If security is your main concern, there are professional armored vehicles designed specifically for heads of state or high-risk individuals, like the Cadillac one used by the US president. But the Knight isn't about practicality, it's about fantasy fulfillment. It's for those who want to live out their inner superhero, who want a vehicle that's as much a conversation starter as it is a mode of transport. It's for people who look at a Lamborghini Urus and think, not enough. Rezvani's own words sum it up best. They're aiming to reinvent the boring SUV space, and the Knight is anything but boring. Let's paint a picture of what it's like to own a Knight. Imagine pulling up to a 5-star restaurant, the valet's eyes widening as they take in the angular bodywork and glowing LED light bar. You step out, knowing your vehicle is equipped to handle anything from a fender bender to a full-on assault. You've got bulletproof vests and gas masks stashed in the back, just in case. On the highway, you unleash that 800-horsepower V8, leaving sports cars in your dust as you hit 60 in 3 seconds flat. Off-road, you tackle muddy trails with ease, the all-terrain tires and reinforced suspension shrugging off obstacles. And if things get dicey, say a shady figure approaches your vehicle, you've got electrified door handles, a smoke screen, and pepper spray dispensers ready to send them running. It's not just a car. It's a lifestyle, one that says you're prepared for anything and afraid of nothing. Course, owning a Knight comes with some trade-offs. Maintenance is likely to be a nightmare. Those run-flat tires and custom armor aren't exactly standard at your local mechanic. Fuel costs will be astronomical. And good luck finding a parking spot that doesn't make you feel like you're docking a spaceship. Plus, there's the question of whether you actually need all this tech. Unless you're regularly dodging bullets or navigating war zones, features like EMP shielding and explosive protection might feel like overkill. But that's the beauty of the Knight. It's not about need, it's about want. It's about owning something so rare, so bold, that it redefines what a vehicle can be. With only 100 units being built, you're joining an exclusive club, one that includes some of the most high-profile names in entertainment and business. Let's talk about the design process for a moment. Rezvani's team starts with a Lamborghini Urus, a vehicle already known for its aggressive styling and supercar performance. They strip it down and rebuild it from the ground up, adding carbon fiber panels that give it that stealthy, Batmobile-inspired look. The front fascia is completely redesigned, with slim LED headlights that give it a predatory glare. The fender flares are widened to accommodate those massive tires, and the rear spoiler adds a touch of drama while improving aerodynamics. The roof-mounted light bar and hood-mounted pod lamps aren't just for show. They're functional, illuminating the darkest roads or trails. Every detail is intentional, from the matte gray paint that absorbs light to the reinforced bumpers that can take a beating. It's a design that screams, "Don't mess with me," and it's backed up by the tech to prove it. What's it like to drive the Knight? While we don't have first-hand experience, Rezvani doesn't exactly send out press cars to every YouTuber. We can make some educated guesses based on its specs and Rezvani's track record. The standard Urus is already a beast, with razor-sharp handling and explosive acceleration. The Knight, despite its added weight, is designed to maintain that agility, thanks to its tuned V8 and reinforced suspension. You'd likely feel the extra heft in tight corners, but on straightaways, that 800 horsepower would make you feel unstoppable. Off-road, the all-terrain tires and all-wheel drive system would give you confidence to tackle anything, from gravel paths to rocky hills. The interior, with its customizable leather and high-tech displays, would keep you comfortable, though the constant awareness of your tactical gear might make every drive feel like a mission. It's not a relaxing ride. It's an adrenaline-pumping one. Let's explore the cultural impact of the Knight. This isn't just a car. It's a pop culture phenomenon. The Batmobile inspiration is no accident. Rezvani's marketing leans heavily into the Dark Knight aesthetic, appealing to fans of Christopher Nolan's gritty, realistic Batman. The Knight's angular design, matte finish, and tactical features evoke the tumbler from Batman Begins, a vehicle that redefined what a superhero car could be. It's no surprise that Rezvani's vehicles have already appeared in music videos and celebrity garages. The Knight takes that legacy further, positioning itself as the ultimate fantasy vehicle for a generation raised on action movies and comic books. It's the kind of car you'd expect to see in a Fast and Furious sequel or a James Bond flick, where the hero needs to outrun villains while looking effortlessly cool. But the Knight isn't without its critics. Some might argue it's over the top, a vehicle that glorifies paranoia in an age where most people just need a reliable commute. Others might question the environmental impact of an 800 horsepower SUV in a world increasingly focused on sustainability. And then there's the price. $500,000 is enough to buy a house in many parts of the country. Is it worth it? That depends on your priorities. If you value exclusivity, security, and the thrill of driving something truly unique, the Knight is a no-brainer. If you're looking for practicality or affordability, you're better off elsewhere. Rezvani knows this and doesn't care. They're not trying to appeal to everyone. They're building for the few, the proud, the fearless. As we wrap up, let's reflect on what the Rezvani Knight represents. It's more than a car. It's a symbol of ambition, innovation, and the refusal to settle for ordinary. Rezvani Motors has taken the already impressive Lamborghini Urus and turned it into something extraordinary. A vehicle that combines supercar speed, military-grade protection, and comic book style in a way no one else has dared. It's a reminder that in a world of cookie-cutter SUVs, there's still room for dreamers who want to push the limits. Whether you're a billionaire looking for your next toy, a security-conscious VIP, or just someone who loves the idea of driving a real-life Batmobile, the Knight delivers in ways few vehicles can. It's not just about getting from point A to point B. It's about making a statement, rewriting the rules, and living life on your own terms. So what do you think? Is the Rezvani Knight the ultimate SUV? Or is it an over-the-top fantasy for the ultra-rich? Would you drop $500,000 to feel like Batman? Or is this just too much for the real world? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let us know where you're watching from. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Knight's world, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and tap the bell so you don't miss our next video. Maybe you've got a story about a dream car you'd love to own. Share it with us. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams, whether they're on four wheels or not. Let's roll out. You're cruising through the streets of a bustling city, the skyline glowing under a twilight sky, when suddenly heads turn, jaws drop, and all eyes are on you. Not because of who you are but because of what you're driving. A vehicle so bold, so menacing, so downright cinematic that it looks like it rolled straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster. This isn't just any car. It's the Rezvani Knight, a bulletproof 800 horsepower beast inspired by the Batmobile itself, Built on the bones of a Lamborghini Urus and packed with military-grade armor, night vision, and even pepper spray dispensers. Yes, you heard that right, pepper spray dispensers. This is a vehicle that doesn't just turn heads. It commands the road like a fortress on wheels. Buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into the story of the Rezvani Knight, the SUV that's equal parts supercar, tank, and superhero legend. From its jaw-dropping design to its apocalyptic tech, we're peeling back every layer of this machine to show you why it's the ultimate ride for those who want to live like Bruce Wayne minus the cape. Ready? Let's hit the gas. Deep in the heart of Irvine, California, Rezvani Motors has been crafting vehicles that defy convention since 2013. Founded by Faris Rezvani, an Iranian-American designer with a passion for pushing boundaries, this boutique automaker doesn't build cars for the faint of heart. Their creations, like the Beast, a street-legal race car, or the Tank, a Jeep-based off-road monster, are for those who crave something extraordinary, something that screams individuality. But their latest creation, unveiled in May 2025, takes that ethos to a whole new level. The Rezvani Knight is a limited edition masterpiece, with only 100 units ever to be built, and it's unlike anything else on the road. It's not just a car. It's a statement, a rolling fortress that blends the raw power of a Lamborghini with the tactical prowess of a military vehicle. Picture this: a matte gray beast, draped in angular carbon fiber bodywork, sitting on 22-inch wheels wrapped in 33-inch all-terrain tires, with a massive rear spoiler and a roof-mounted LED light bar that makes it look ready to storm Gotham City. This isn't your average SUV. It's a machine that looks like it could survive the end of the world, and probably will. Let's start with the heart of the Knight. Its engine. Under the hood lies a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8, a powerhouse borrowed from the Lamborghini Urus but tuned by Rezvani's engineers to churn out a staggering 800 horsepower. That's 143 more horses than the standard Urus, and even 11 more than the hybridized Urus SE. What does that mean in real terms? It means this armored beast can rocket from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.0 seconds. 3 seconds. That's supercar territory, the kind of acceleration that pins you to your seat and makes your heart race faster than the engine itself. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about speed. The Knight is built to dominate in ways that go far beyond stoplight sprints. Its all-wheel drive system, paired with those massive off-road tires, gives it the versatility to conquer any terrain. Whether it's a slick city street, a rugged mountain trail, or, let's be honest, a post-apocalyptic wasteland. This is a vehicle that doesn't just keep up. It sets the pace no matter where you take it. Now, let's talk about what makes the Knight truly unique. Its Dark Knight military package. Yes, you heard that right. Dark Knight, spelled IGHT. A nod to Christopher Nolan's gritty Batman trilogy rather than the campy Adam West era. This optional package transforms the Knight from a high-performance SUV into something straight out of a comic book. We're talking bulletproof glass and body armor capable of withstanding heavy gunfire. Underside explosive protection to shield against mines or IEDs. Military-grade run-flat tires that keep you moving even if they're shredded. A thermal night vision system that lets you see in complete darkness, whether you're navigating a blackout or evading pursuers. And that's just the start. The package includes electrified door handles to zap anyone foolish enough to try breaking in, magnetic deadbolts for extra security, and a reinforced suspension to handle the added weight of all that armor. Want to make a quick getaway? Hit a button, and the Knight deploys a smoke screen, shrouding you in a cloud of mystery as you vanish into the night. Oh, and those pepper spray dispensers. They're mounted to fend off threats because apparently, Rezvani figured tear gas was just too mainstream. There's even electromagnetic pulse, EMP, shielding to protect against nuclear or electronic attacks, because why not prepare for every possible scenario? Inside you'll find bulletproof vests, helmets, gas masks, a first aid kit, and a hypothermia kit. Everything you need to survive a high-threat situation or, let's be real, a really intense carpool lane.